Hello, good morning. Did everyone notice these new microphones? Can you hear me okay?
Hello.
Is it? Is that loud? How's this? Good.
Very nice.
So I'm being told that the person on this device here turns your microphone on, so no more star. It's kind of loud though. It seems loud up here. Okay.
Wait a minute, let's do the test. Ralph, mine's on.
Can Steve hear?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Oops, I turned it off. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the Forest Preserve District of Will County Operations Committee to order at 9:04 a.m. And I would like to invite Ron from the Trail Riders Association to lead us in the pledge this morning. Thank you, sir. Roll call, please.
Dean Schlottman. Here. Ballich. Here. Williams. Coleman. Freeman. Berkowitz. Here. Trainier. Present. Pretzel. Here. Van Dyne.
Here.
Also in attendance, we have remote Secretary Mitchell, Treasurer Newquist. We have 6. We have a quorum.
We have 6. We do have a quorum. Okay, great. Looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the Operations Committee, April 4th, 2024. Question, Jackie?
We've got somebody participating remotely. How is
Just,
that?
I don't think participation. She's just listening in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever announced that before, because I've listened into, full county board committees, and I've never heard anybody announce that. So thank you very much.
Probably because she's leadership. Oh. Oh,
Yeah, no, it's very nice.
good
Thank
suggestion.
you.
Okay. Right on. So we have a first and a second. Questions, Julie?
Does that mean the person remote is part of the quorum?
No, ma'am.
Or not?
No, just listening in.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Right on. Okay. Any other questions about the minutes? Roll call, please.
Dean Schlottman. Yes. Ballich. Yes. Williams. Coleman. Freeman. Berkowitz. Yes. Trainier. Yes. Pretzel. Yes. Van Dyne.
Yes.
We have 6 minutes past.
Perfect. Old business, is there any old business to be brought forward? Seeing none. New business, we have 7 items this morning, starting with number 1, approval of ordinance number 657, authorizing license 2408 to Menard Incorporated for the continued operation and maintenance of 2 entrance drives, 2 underground sewer lines utilizing a portion of the Joliet Junction Trail. Okay. Previous? I think thank you. We do have a first, second, previous, second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Number 2, approval of resolution 2405 authorizing an IGA 2402 between the Forest Preserve and Creek Township Road District for roadway resurfacing as part of the Plum Creek Greenway Trail connection in Creek Township. Questions, Jackie?
So they're two different pieces, or two different documents, I should say. The first is a resolution, the second is an intergovernmental agreement.
That one didn't pique my interest, so I didn't open
Yeah.
it, and I didn't realize there were two.
Yep.
We good? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion will carry. Number 3, approval of resolution number 2406, committing the Forest Preserve District of Will County to provide the local agency share for construction and construction engineering of the Plum Creek Greenway Trail. Don't believe everything you read. Is there a motion? Motion. Thank you.
Second, Berkowitz.
Discussion? Julie, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Ralph, can you just give us a little bit of definition on what provide the local agency share means?
Sure.
I assume I know, but I,
Okay, so when a project receives federal funding, it requires a 20% local match to 80% federal dollars. So we, by this agreement, are approving or allowing ourselves to be that local agent. So we will provide the local agency share.
Any other questions on number 3? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Number 4, approval of resolution 2407, authorizing an IGA number 2403 with the City of Aurora and Wheatland Township Road District regarding the Wolf's Crossing Road Trail connection. Questions, Jackie?
Mhm.
Where is the Aurora part that we're connecting to? And I know I asked this last time it came up, but I can't remember.
So Aurora is just the other side of the CN railroad tracks, and what we're connecting to, their trail ends at Hoffman Road. So it's only about a 3/4 of a mile trail connection, but it has a few complications in that there's probably some right-of-way acquisition. There's also a pipeline in there, and we have the railroad tracks themselves.
I now see Hoffman.
Okay.
So, I mean, how are we thinking of doing this? Is it gonna be a long Wolf's Crossing?
Yes,
Oh, so it's gonna be like one of those paths,
a side path.
the black top like we have along Weber?
Yes. Yeah.
Good? Julie?
so this is in my district, and I have a lot of concerns about this project. And it all stems about public safety around
Right.
that. I would only be comfortable with this if we put a pedestrian bridge there. Now, I understand that's a lot of money, but this particular trail, if we put this in as it's planned, and is it on the south side or north side of Wolf's Crossing?
Yes, both.
Both. So it's, if I recall, it's on the north side of Wolf's Crossing, heading east, then it crosses over Wolf's Crossing before the railroad tracks, correct?
Correct.
Okay. The reservations I have about this particular project being a trail placed along the existing roadway is traffic. That road, we know, needs to be improved. And the township has given us indication that there are no plans to improve that road. The heavy truck traffic, the lack of visibility, the speed, all of these factors concern me. And I know I had asked you if we were doing a current updated traffic study. Has that been done yet?
We are engaged in Phase 1 engineering, which you approved a couple of months ago. As part of Phase 1 engineering, they'll look at all of these issues that you're talking about right now. The agreement before you is between the Forest Preserve, the City of Aurora, and Wheatland Township Road District to cost share in the project.
So does Wheatland Township have any responsibility during this project to address the improvement of that road?
They do not, but that is not our project. We do not have control over that.
Okay, but that's my concern, because I have people who live there who
Right.
said, that is just not a safe road to cross.
I would take you on a trip around Will County and show you how many traffic crossings we have of roadways that are in similar or even maybe heavier condition that we have crossings at. And there's ways to do it safely.
Would that be a light, a pedestrian light, or?
It could be that. It could be flashing beacons. It could be a refuge island in the middle of the roadway. There's a lot of different options that they have that they'll look at as part of the Phase 1.
And we have that in our budget to be able to put those types of improvements in there?
Right now, you have a budget for engineering. You do not have a budget for construction. As part of the capital improvement program, which we're going to go over in a little bit, the construction side of that is included.
So if we were to do that and within the road, is it our responsibility or the township's? Because this is a township road.
At this point, it would be the township's responsibility for the road, for the completed trail. What we are assuming is, as lead agency, we will coordinate the engineering, we'll coordinate the eventual construction, we'll coordinate the land acquisition if there needs to be land acquisition. But at the end of the day, the City of Aurora will take ownership of a piece of this, and the Township Highway District would take ownership of a portion.
So it's possible this could proceed, and if we want a pedestrian, and I forgot what you called it.
Refuge island or
In
crossing.
the road, the township has the ability to deny that or say we don't have the money or the plans. Is
Well,
that?
no, that would be part of the ultimate construction project. So we would make those roadway improvements as part of the construction of the trail. It wouldn't be putting it back on the road district to say, well, you need to put the pedestrian crossing in. It's all part of the trail construction eventually.
Okay, so they can't object to that.
I don't see why they would. They're a partner in the project.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ralph. I appreciate it.
And after, Ralph, after the first phase engineering is done, then there's an opportunity to look at the project and make changes. Is that correct?
That's correct. I mean, in Phase 1, you try to establish the ultimate design of the trail itself, but Phase 2 design engineering is when you really get into the details.
Okay. Any other questions? Jackie?
Yeah, I pushed my button. My name doesn't pop up anymore, so I don't know what seat number I am, but at any rate.
I think I shut it off, and I don't know, on accident.
It's okay. I just wanted to say to Ralph, I'm perfectly comfortable with this, especially now with your additional explanation. We have a number of these in Bolingbrook, in fact, going across Veterans Parkway and Weber Road. And you want to talk busy roads, those are busy roads. And, you know, people talk to me about it, about the one button, I think it's on Veterans, that they push and they go across, you know, to tell them when, I don't know what it does, it flashes or does something. And it's so funny, I've actually used that crossing, but didn't push the button. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's up to the person who's on their feet or on their wheels to, you know, be careful about what they're doing. But we used to have one of these pedestrian crossings at the corner of Route 53 and Briarcliff Road when I was a very young girl. And one of our assignments in our classroom was to write a letter to the governor to ask for a stoplight to go in there. and remove this crossing. One, the stoplight was safer. Two, it was not handicap ADA accessible at all. You had to walk up, 2 flights of stairs and then across and down 2 flights of stairs. And I've heard some maybe not so good things about the ones that go underneath, because that's like a place for kids to hang out and get in trouble. And we have enough above ground stuff for them to get into trouble with. We don't need to give them cover. So I'm really happy with this plan. I like the fact that we're gonna pay for it and then just turn it over to the township, which I'm sure they're more than capable of maintaining it. And if at some point, this becomes a targeted road for, some improvements or whatever, then that's on them and not on us anymore. So, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie. Dan, good morning.
Good morning. Something that's always worked for me, and maybe we could put this out in some of the flyers.
Keep it further away from you, Dan, and do less dinging.
Look left, look right, and look left again.
Yes.
Kind of something that stuck with me my whole life, but if we maybe put that out in a few flyers, it'll help some people to cross the street.
Thank you. Meta?
This is my district as well, actually. I've been working with Ralph pretty insistently on this project for a while. People are walking down this road and and biking down this road. So people are using the street. That's dangerous. It's our job to provide as much safety as we can with what we have. So I am looking forward to hearing about the first phase engineering on this. And if I can be of any help with the township, I'm always available. Thank you.
Great. Any other comments? We do have a couple members that did show up after the motion was made, so I'm going to look for a roll call, please.
Dean Schlottman. Balich. Williams. Williams. Coleman. Freeman. Berkowitz. Trainier. Pretzel. Van Dyne.
Yes.
We have 8.
Thank you. Number 5, we'd like to put this on the floor, and then Mr. Schultz would like to make some brief comments, I believe. Approval of the 2025 to 2030 Capital Improvement Program. Motion and second. Thank you. Ralph, good morning. Again.
Good morning again. We reviewed this last month, but now I'm bringing it forward again to the separate committees for approval of the 2 different elements of this program. The first is that the Operations Committee would approve a capital improvement program, so the projects actually contained within it. You may remember last month I presented this as an $80 million program. We've since done some fine tuning, had some conversations with attorneys and underwriters, and we've reduced that to a $50 million program. Now, we can still fully fund all of the projects that we talked about last month, and we'll go through those again. And you can see in the bar graphs there on the side that there still is a pretty significant reduction in the tax levy for the average homeowner, about 18.5%. So the first part of the plan is land acquisition. And in that, what we're proposing is to dedicate $25 million toward land acquisition, which should acquire or help us acquire about 1,200 acres, give or take, across the county of the more than 12,000 acres that the Citizens Advisory Committee had outlined as being of priority. Our preservation efforts would be focused in the DuPage River, Jackson Creek, Spring Creek, and Plum Creek greenways. On the trail access and facility improvement side, we have about $13 million in this program. The first project there, and these aren't necessarily shown in order of priority, but the first 2 projects we are actually working on right now. The first one, DuPage River Trail Weber Road connection. The second, the Wolf's Crossing Road Trail connection, which we just spoke of. The third would be Riverview Farmstead Loop Trail and amenities. This is on a 375-acre agricultural field that we own south of 119th Street. The fourth would be the completion of the Veterans Memorial Trail from 159th to 135th. This is the northern leg of the Veterans Memorial Trail. You may remember we recently completed the center section from the Spring Creek Greenway Trail to 159th. So this would link to the village of Lamont. The fifth project there is the Veterans Memorial Trail, Spring Creek to Route 6. This is the southern section, the southern terminus of it. The trail would ultimately end at Silver Cross Hospital, or just across the street from Silver Cross. The sixth project there is a Fort Creek Greenway Trail, Waponsie Glacial Trail to Forsyth Woods. This is a project that we've had in our capital improvement program for about 15 years. But we had some difficulty in land acquisition, and so the project had been delayed and the dollars had been allocated to other projects. The seventh project there is the Jackson Creek Greenway Trail and Access. This is a new trail and access point along Jackson Creek on recently acquired property. The eighth Waponsie Glacial Trail improvements from Laraway to Hoff Road. This is to make accessibility improvements along that stretch of the Waponsie Glacial Trail. And then the Plum Creek Nature Center renovations. We last renovated Plum Creek Nature Center in 2002. So on pretty much about a 20 to 25 year cycle, we like to go in and do refreshing of the exhibits and the spaces themselves. And then lastly, there'll be some funding for trail partnership matches, which we don't necessarily know of today, but as those materialize over time, we'll be able to plug in some dollars for that. And then we also have a pretty significant habitat reconstruction and natural area restoration component. About $12 million would be dedicated for that. So the first project there is Riverview Farmstead, which is tied in with that trail and amenities development on the trail side. And then Jackson Creek Preserve, another 250 acres there, also tied in. So the model that we're using is Hadley Valley Preserve. So if you're familiar with Hadley Valley and the New Lenox and Joliet area, you would know, you'd have a picture of what it is that we're actually trying to achieve on those two sites. Then we have the Forked Creek Preserve. This is an ongoing restoration, again, associated with some of the trail and amenity development. And then we get into some existing natural areas that are quite degraded and need to be restored. So the first is Goodnow Grove Nature Preserve, then McKinley Woods out in the Shanahan area, Plum Valley Ravines out in Crete Township, Sand Ridge Savannah Nature Preserve down in southwest Will County, Hamel Woods, this is just north of Black Road on some property that was agriculture and then left to go fallow. And then there would be other various habitat restoration projects on another 150 or so acres. So you can see the projects are spread out across the county. We like to do that as best we can in areas to make sure that everybody is getting some benefit from our capital improvement program. And I guess I'll just stop and see if there's any questions.
All right. Do we have any additional questions for the capital improvement plan, at least at the operations committee? Well, I guess it's nice news that we started at 80 million and decided that 50 would satisfy our needs and drop our taxes 18.5% on average.
Right. So what we did was in the staging of the projects and then analyzing the grants a little bit better, we've determined that we can extend the reach of that $50 million a little bit further.
Nice. Steve?
Yeah, I hear that we're going to cut the taxes, but at the same time, if we didn't do any of this stuff, you'd have a giant cut in taxes because of the bond would be paid off.
It would be about 10% more, so it would be a 28% reduction instead of an 18% reduction.
Jackie?
I just want to say I'm thrilled with the plans as you've presented them, Ralph. I got my tax bill yesterday, And there was all kinds of fear that my taxes were going to go up thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars because of some of the rhetoric that I've seen online. And I'm proud to report that my bill went up less than $1.50 a day. So if I was really on a tight budget, I'd just skip buying one box of macaroni and cheese from Kraft. I'm all in favor of this. I think, you know, we're going to reduce it 18% or whatever. That even when you say that, it's 18% out of the forest preserve part of my tax bill isn't a huge amount. I doubt anybody in my district's going to call me up and say, "Oh, thank you." But I will tell you, they would call me up and say, "Thank you for getting that path built from Royce and Weber down to the Weber connection of the village of Bolingbrook." That I will get phone calls and thank yous for. So I am 100% in favor. Let's move ahead.
Okay, thank you, Jackie. Dan?
Yeah, do we have any plans in trying to acquire more farmland?
Yes, so that would be part of the land acquisition part. So a lot of what we would be acquiring is likely farmland, or currently.
Excellent. And then for this farmland, it's all going to be using regenerative farming?
Right, so it would be wrapped into our program, which is a regenerative program.
Great, thank you.
For seeing these microphones for the first time, it may help the chair, and this is completely up to you, but if we can lean these up or down, then it's easier to see the red ring. If it's straight like this, it's hard for me to tell if you want to speak or not, so it's completely up to you. Might help. Any other questions on the capital improvements plan? No? We do need a previous and a second. Thank you. Second, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Not everybody at once. Is there anyone opposed? Steve is opposed? Okay. Motion carries? All right, thank you. Number 6, permission to bid Rock Run Greenway Trail rehabilitation. Is there a motion? Thank you. Second, previous Julie Berkowitz. Okay, first, second, previous Julie. Thank you, Frankie, jumping in there. Any discussion? Okay. Steve, would you like to change your vote? Well, we're on number 6. Okay. We have a second. We'll do a roll call on number 6. Okay. We have a motion, second, previous, and second. Steve would like to change his vote to a yes. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion will carry. Great. Number 7, permission to bid asphalt crack seal and seal coating. Questions? Julie?
Thank you. Ralph, I mentioned in the past the permeable bricks and like we've got one at Knocknalls Park, which is just fantastic. Everybody loves it. It really helps because we've had issues with flooding there, especially during heavy rains, and since they put that type of brick work in, we literally have had no flooding. And this flooding would come right up to Knocknalls Road. So I know it's more expensive, but can we implement that in any of our future projects? Because I think from an investment perspective, it really, and it's ecologically friendly. Can we do that?
So we do have permeable paver parking lot expansion in the Hidden Oaks Nature Center renovations, which are ongoing right now. So we expanded that there. In some of our other locations, we've used what's called permeable concrete. So we've also used that. The applications aren't always the best for us, but we can continue to look at it and incorporate those kinds of things when appropriate.
Yeah, thanks. I would really appreciate that. I mean, for us, that flooding, that periodic flooding was a real issue. And we've seen a lot of improvement with that. And the other issue we used to have was all the kids would run over there and jump in and swim in it, and we'd be like, get out of there. So we never have to worry about that anymore. So, great, thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next on our agenda, executive session. Brian would like to say a few brief words.
Good morning. This is our 6-month review date, and I'm happy to report there are no closed session minutes, so we do not need to go into closed session because they're under review. Have a great day.
Thank you. No actions to follow. The monthly report, quarterly reports are provided. Any questions on any of the reports? Vince, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, and I love the microphones, by the way. So I guess this my question is for Chief. Who's Officer 524?
Caitlin Mosier.
Okay. Caitlin? Okay.
Caitlin.
Please tell them they're doing a great job, because I'm looking at the summons, and all I see is 524 all the way down
Yeah.
the line. Next question I'm asking, are we capturing admin toes on these fees?
We are not.
We're not.
We're still researching the hearing process.
Okay. Because previous experience says that we could probably capture like $500 a tow, and it looks like for this quarter you had 20 arrests or so. It's like 10 grand extra we could be pulling in. Okay. All right. Thanks. Thanks for doing a great job out there.
Thanks, Vince. Jackie?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for all the work that was put in by any and all officers on the issue that occurred in Plainfield. It's so funny, I was just there last week twice, once to ride the bike trail, which I had to do twice because I didn't download the app, Map My Ride first, and I'm still learning that, but also just the unfortunate incident that happened, and I just can't imagine what it would have been like for anybody to be there, so thank you.
Thank you.
Questions on reports, Micah?
Thank you. I'm gonna put this way above my head so it doesn't take out my eye. I noticed that Messenger Woods is not listed here. Is there any improvements happening there?
Currently, there are not.
I ask this because I have had I don't know if this would be part of the capital projects, but I have had a constituent reach out with concerns about the dead forage and the thick fire hazard at that woods. Could you address that at all?
Elaborate?
Is it something that needs to be here?
So that site is under active management. So our natural resource management and conservation folks are engaged in actual activities out there consistently, as well as some of our contractors. And I do know that invasive species control is a component of that. So I don't know exactly how much or where, and where your constituent was particularly concerned with. Messenger Woods is a big place. So if you can just forward them to me, I can get them to the right person that can answer some of their questions.
I would love to do that, Ralph.
Good.
Thank you. Hopefully he's here somewhere today.
Okay.
Got stuck by a few drawbridges, same one going up and down. Thank you.
Okay. Questions on the reports? No questions on reports. Okay, our next meeting date is Thursday, June 6, 2024, 9 a.m. right here at this building, in this room. Comments by the public? Anyone from the public wishing to make a comment? Sir? sir, if I may, can everyone hear him, or can I invite you up to the podium, please, so everyone can hear your concern? Thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt, but the attorney's asking for you to state your name, sir, and then your comment and questions would be great. Thank you.
Messenger Woods is a old-growth forest. It was given to the Park District many years ago by the Messenger family. And much of the timber, especially in the northern portion of it, is native to this area, you know, before it was settled. So a lot of those trees are getting very old, and a lot of them are dying. And that's natural. Some have fallen over, quite a few have fallen over. Some are standing there dead. There's getting to be a lot of undergrowth timber there. And we've got a large amount of housing that's been developed around that area. And now a lot of grasslands have been added to that area. And if that were to catch on fire in a dry season, that would spread just like these fires in California and places like that. They'll be almost unstoppable. Besides the danger to the community and the potential for homes being destroyed, it would destroy the forest too. And it seems to me that they should get in there, cut the dead trees out of there, get this is oak timber too. Some of the oak timber might be saleable, and a lot of it probably could be cut and used for firewood somewhere, whether the Forest Preserve can sell it or they can use it at another site. I have no idea. I don't know what the restrictions on how we can do it, but it seems to me like it's a disaster just waiting for a time to happen. And I have a second concern about Messenger Woods. The Messenger family granted that woods because while they had children, all of them died before they did. And the last Messenger died in 1915, I believe. And when they granted that to the Forest Preserve District, they granted it with a specific purpose that people in the area could ride their horses there. Some years ago, the Forest Preserve saw fit to end that practice. I believe it was in part because they wanted to preserve the flowers. It's supposed to be one of the best wildflower sites in the country, or at least the state. They wanted to preserve those. So they did. And now we've got a whole lot of grasslands around there. It seems to me that in conjunction with the wishes of the Messenger family and the addition of the new parklands that are near there, that there should be some provision made so people could ride horseback there. I'm not even a horseback rider, but part of my family were original settlers in Homer Township, and at the time, some of the neighbors got together and fought that, and they lost. As I recall, it was said that they weren't members of the Messenger family, so they had no standing in court. But that doesn't mean that there's no reason to try to recognize the wishes of the Messenger family and make an area available for people to ride horseback. So I hope somehow you can clean up the woods and make an available space for people to ride horseback in conjunction with the wishes of the Messenger family. So thank you.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for your comments. Is there anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Seeing none, okay. Comments by commissioners? Mr. Butler?
Well, I actually just had a question based. Okay, so I just had a question about that land. Was that land given in a trust? Is it like the old courthouse building, or was it given differently?
Nobody gave anything to the Forest Preserve in Messenger Woods. We paid for it. It was actually our first purchase, and we purchased it from two of the heirs of the Messenger family.
Okay.
Comments by commissioners? Julie?
Thank you, Joe.
there any people, equestrian ranches or residents outlying that property today?
I would have to look into that. On the immediate adjacent to it, there certainly are people in Homer Township that have horses, but I don't know their proximity to Messenger Woods.
And is this adjacent to our existing equestrian trails today?
There are equestrian trails on both sides of Messenger Woods, in Messenger Marsh, and then in Hadley Valley.
Thank you.
Thank you, Micah.
Thank you. Ralph, couple questions, just to follow up on all of this. I will still direct the young man to you. I have seen and have heard that Messenger Woods is also part of the Illinois Nature Preserve. Does that provide any guidelines as far as what can be done there?
Yes, in fact, it actually severely restricts what we can do there. So like this idea of bringing horses into Messenger Woods Nature Preserve would take an action of the State Nature Preserves Commission, and the likelihood of them approving that is pretty small. We do not have the authority, based on that easement, that nature preserve easement over the top of it, to make those kinds of decisions unilaterally.
So is the Illinois Nature Preserve also in charge of like the prescribed burns and clean out as well?
What they're in charge of is we have to submit to them on an annual basis a management plan, and then they review all of the actions that we're going to take in Messenger Woods and either approve or deny those.
Because I do know that it's been part of a prescribed burn, and
Yes,
but I don't know how often those happen.
right.
So, okay. And speaking of prescribed burns, do we have any coming up in the fall?
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely have them in the fall. This season is concluded, but in the fall, we'll have them, and even kind of going into what we would consider winter. We can burn all the way up into December if needed or
Well, if
desired.
the next one occurs, would it be possible to get an invite or an address? I'd like to go see one.
She wants to
Maybe
start the
volunteer
fire.
my time.
You didn't start the fire.
I sat through the presentation at the conference in Chicago, and it was very interesting, and I would just like to learn a little bit more about it.
I think what I can do is I get notifications when the day of the burn, because they're not scheduled out very well. Well, I shouldn't say very well. They're scheduled, but they have to hit a certain prescription, which means wind
Right.
speed, humidity, all those kinds of
Yes.
things. But I get a notification in the morning, and we can certainly forward one to you, but you're an observer. You have to stand back.
Okay, okay. I know that in order to learn more, you have to be present. So,
Yeah.
It was a very interesting
Well,
session
and
at
a
the
safe one to
conference.
come and watch is when they do Sugar Creek, because we can watch that from inside our building.
Okay. I thank you very much.
Any other commissioners?
Can I add one thing?
Yeah.
I know that after the, during the Full Forest Preserve meeting, we are going to be having a young man come and speak to give his speech that he had won an award for. So if any of you have anyone you would like to invite, I think it would be great if we could fill the room. So, thank you.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn? Second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your morning.
1-minute warning. All right. I'd like to call the Finance Committee meeting for the Forest Preserve District today for Thursday, May 22nd, to order at, May 2nd. I'm trying to get to Memorial Day, all right? At 9:50 in the morning. And Denise, seeing as you're standing, can you lead us in the pledge, please? Thank you very much. Can I have a roll call, please?
Ogala. Butler. Williams. Winfrey. Logan. Revis. Ortiz. Costa. Richmond.
Here.
Also in attendance, remote Secretary Mitchell, Treasurer Newquist, Vice President Mueller. We have 6. We have a
Excellent. First item up today is schedule of bills in the amount of $1,212,560.08. Can I get a motion, please? Can I have a roll call, please?
Ogala. Butler. Williams. Winfrey. Logan. Revis. Ortiz. Costa. Richmond.
Yes.
We have 6. Schedule of bills pass.
All right, thank you. Next item up is approval of minutes for the Finance Committee meeting on April 4th, 2024. Can I get a motion, please? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. I see no old business. Next item up is new business. First item up is the approval of ordinance number 657, authorizing license number 24-08 to Menard, Inc. for the continued operation and maintenance of 2 entrance drives and 2 underground sewer lines, utilizing a portion of the Joliet Junction Trail. Can I get a motion? All right. Second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item up is the approval of ordinance number 658, ordinance calling a public hearing regarding the authorization of the issuance of not to exceed $50 million general obligation limited tax bonds for the Forest Preserve District of Will County. Can I get a motion? All right, all in favor? All right, motion carries. And I know, Ralph, you did say you wanted to discuss it, but I think everybody was here when you discussed it on the, is there anybody that missed Ralph's presentation in the operations meeting? Is everybody's had a chance to see what Ralph was talking about, and everybody's comfortable with that? Okay, so I guess we can skip that, Ralph.
I have one comment.
All right, sure.
We need to acquire more farmland.
Okay. So, yeah, Ralph and I did talk about that he was going to do it at the end of the operations, and that we would, if we needed to, we would, have more discussion here, but I think everybody was here, so we're good. All right, thank you very much. Next item up is permission to bid 9 farm license areas for the 2025 farm license bid program. Can I get a motion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Executive session, I'm going to hand that over to our attorney.
Good morning. Same as with the Operations Committee, we have to review our closed session minutes every 6 months. We have none to review, but we just wanted to make a record that we're doing it every 6 months. We're in compliance with the law. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. So there is no need for an executive session today. There are 2 reports. Did anybody have any questions on any of them? Okay, seeing any. Our next meeting is going to be Thursday, June 6, 2024, immediately following the Operations Committee meeting, but no earlier. It should say 9:15. Okay, yep, yeah, no earlier than 9:15 a.m. here at the county building. Okay, so there'll be a public hearing. So there'll be the Operations Committee meeting, then a public hearing, and then Finance. So that'll be, the order for next June 6th. Is there anybody here from the public that wants to make a comment? I know we had some folks here before. Anybody for public comment? Anybody online? See nobody in the room. Last call. All right. Comments by commissioners. Any commissioner have? Vince has got a comment? Okay. I don't see anybody else, Vince, so yeah, might as well.
Okay, cool. So considering last meeting with the summons, the suspendeds, the warrants, and the admin tow, can we explore possibly instituting that?
I'm sorry. I don't see why not, but anytime we can generate revenue for, inappropriate behavior, I think would be something we should consider.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not opposed to the admin tow. We're just still investigating the admin hearing that has to go along with it. So we're not set up right now to complete the process to provide the hearing that goes with it.
Can we jump on with the sheriff's department?
They do it through the courthouse and through the state's attorney, so no. So we would have to do it through our own private counsel.
Okay.
Yep. We're not opposed to it. It's going to happen.
Well, yeah,
We're
I'm just looking at it, it's like 10 grand every quarter, and that could update some stuff. And even get your cameras for you.
They're in the plan. The cameras are in the plan.
All right.
They're coming.
Actually, yeah, Brian. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe let's, finish up Vince's then.
Yeah, no, we'll work with Tracy on that. I think we've already worked on some towing stuff, but to put in an administrative process, you have to hire an attorney to serve as the adjudicator of it. So it has to be somebody unrelated to the Forest Preserve, unrelated to our firm, unrelated to the state's attorney's office. So it does take some time, but it can be done. We'll continue to work on it.
Okay, sounds good. Julie?
Thanks, Jim. So I noticed on the list of citations, uninsured vehicle. So I didn't realize if they realize, do they ask whether or not they have insurance, and that's how they determine it's uninsured?
Yeah, during a traffic stop in the preserve, they ask for insurance.
Okay.
And if they can't provide it, then they get an uninsured motorist ticket.
So then if they write a ticket, do we get a fee for that, or do we get revenue from those types of tickets? Or?
We do. So we have a couple ways that we collect revenue from citations. We have the O tickets, so those monies come directly to us. And then if they go to court, we get money through the courthouse. So we get a portion of those.
Do all of the tickets go through the court, or some of them are O tickets and they don't? How does this one?
So the O tickets do not go to the courthouse unless they do not pay. So when you're issued an O ticket, you have 14 days to pay the first fine. If you don't pay it within 14 days, it doubles. You then have another 14 days to pay the second fine. Then if you don't pay that within 14 days, you then have a court date. You go to court, it goes up to $225 when you go to court. So then whatever the judge imposes as the fine, we get a portion of that.
Is this an O ticket then, or does this go?
No, that is a state citation.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I don't see anybody else with any questions, so if I can get a motion to adjourn? All in favor? We're adjourned. last comment too, though, is the Retirement Health Insurance Trust meeting is going to follow immediately after this. Annette Parker, Cindy Harn, Sherry Newquist, Diane Jaworski, myself, and Ralph. Just make sure you're in the room so we can get that done. Thanks.
Good morning. If everyone here is here, we're getting ready. We're going to start the Retiree Health Insurance Trust Committee meeting on Thursday, May 2nd, 2024 at 10:03. Can I get a pledge of, or let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Jim Richmond, if you want to start us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, can we have a roll call, please?
Harn. Jaworski. Richmond. Schultz. Secretary Newquist. President Parker.
Here.
We have 5. We have a quorum.
All right, we have a quorum. Move on to approval of minutes. Can I get a motion? Motion Newquist, second. Second Richmond. All in favor? Or do we have to do a roll call? Roll call.
Harn. Jaworski. Richmond. Schultz. Newquist. President Parker.
Yes.
We have 5 minutes pass.
All right, minutes passed, motion passes. Thank you. On to old business. I don't believe we have any old business. Nope. And new business, the quarterly schedule of bills. Can I get a motion? Second, Rich, previous, and second, or, all right, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Is there a need for executive session? No need. Then we have our reports on file. We have the quarterly investment report, the quarterly operating statement, and our next meeting is to be determined. Is that correct? All right, are there any comments by the public? Comments by the public? Comments by trustees? None? All right. And then could I get a motion to adjourn? Newquist, second, Richmond. All in favor? Motion, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.